So the truth is, I suddenly got swamped and inundated with a lot of work, and because of that, I won't be able to turn in my documentary and assignment. But funnily enough, the thing is, during Thanksgiving break, I found this cool little VHS recording at my grandparents' place, and it was like of this kind of docu-series type thing, and I figured, you know what, something's better than nothing, so I guess that's what I'm turning in and what you're about to see, so hopefully you like that, so yeah. Yeah.
Good God.
Get your first look at the newest fitness trends of the 90s. Today at 5 on Channel 2 News, The First Tee.
Barry Allen's life could be over in a flash. Or it could be just beginning. This fall, catch The Flash on CBS.
Get the facts from the front lines. Drug wars next to Geraldo.
This is CBS.
Have you ever caught a glimpse of something you weren't sure was real? Perhaps you excused it as a trick of the light, a shadow of a being that wasn't really there. Well, for one account, it was more than just a simple specter, something, if meant to be believed, quite spectacular. This account comes from a mailed-in VHS from Rockford, Ohio. Thanks to our friendly viewer Jonathan, we were able to recount this fabled tale of a close encounter.
Tell us the UFO story.
My brother Gary and I were teaching in Union City, Indiana, and our younger brother Ned had just completed basic training in Kentucky. He needed to ride home, wanted to come home, so Gary and I took my car down to get him. We were traveling unfamiliar roads, but what it was, I think Route 69, they were just building the interstate at that time. So there were several places on the road where you got to drive on the interstate for a period of a few miles, and then you had to get off and take a detour around, and then you got back on the interstate. Well, in one of those exchanges, I happened to look up to my right and saw a silvery object in the sky. It caught my eye. And I watched it for a few seconds, and it didn't seem to move. So I got a little bit intrigued and continued to look at it. And after a period of time, when it really should have moved and been gone, I said to my brother, "Take a look at this object up here in the sky and tell me what you think it is." Well, he looked at it, and then there was a pause, and he said, "Well, I don't think it's a helicopter because of this and this and this. I don't think it's an airplane because of these reasons." And finally, when he ran out of options, he said, "Well, what do you think it is?" And then we had to turn and get off the interstate again, and we said, "Dummy, we should have stopped along the highway and watched it. We even have a camera. We could have taken a picture of it." We talked about how when we saw this thing, whatever it might have been, that we should have reacted a lot differently and verified what we didn't know what it was. So anyhow, then we got back off our detour and we got back on the interstate and we're driving along, and I said, "Well, looky there." We saw it again. And we're driving along watching it, And then all of a sudden, it just and was gone, vanished without a trace. We watched it for maybe, I'm going to say maybe another half a minute, but we didn't stop, we didn't look at it, we didn't take pictures. We were too mesmerized by what it was. That was our encounter with an unidentified flying object, a UFO.